And we welcome you back to Mountaineer GameDay. We hope as soon as our program comes to a close that you're on your way to Mile and Pushkar Stadium. But if you're not, if you're watching from home, you're going to be listening to one of the best in the business, Chris Fowler, calling the game with Kirk Herbstreit on ABC tonight at 8 o'clock. And I want to take you back a couple of days ago. You tweeted that WVU fans feel a little disrespected by this number 14 ranking from the College Football Playoff Committee. Mm-hmm. You've seen how wacky this season has been. You just see Louisville get stomped by Houston. Where does it need to go for West Virginia to find itself in that conversation where at the end of the season you're saying an 11-1 Mountaineer team, I would assume, has a chance to get into that Final Four?
Obviously, it starts with a big win tonight. Oklahoma is the team people have been waiting for to judge West Virginia by. Not to say that the committee hasn't been wowed what they've done so far, but the proof is in the 14 ranking, as you said. So it starts with an Oklahoma win. Baylor doesn't look as imposing as we thought a few weeks ago, but still, if you close out strong, 3 games is enough time to make a strong closing argument. And then you need to have happen what's already been happening the last couple of weeks. The more losses by teams ahead, the better it is, and a lot of them will run into each other. So, a Big 12 champion with 1 loss that's closed strong, that's beaten Oklahoma, belongs very much in the conversation. It's not too late to make a big close. Oklahoma did it when they made the playoff. Ohio State did it when they won the championship. Each of the first 2 years, we've seen a team make a late rush from outside the top 10 to get into the Final Four. So it's possible, but it doesn't get going without beating the Sooners.
And Oklahoma, obviously, everybody would say would be that biggest quality win that West Virginia would have at this point in the season. A top 10 team for a reason. That offense can beat you in so many different ways. It starts with Baker Mayfield. When you break down the footage, when you're watching tape of this Oklahoma Sooners offense, what does make them so dangerous?
Well, like you said, the skill is tremendous. D.D. Westbrook's having the kind of year as a wide receiver that very few guys have had. He's on a 7-game tear. Elite track speed that Rasul Douglas is going to have to worry about one-on-one. You guys play a high-risk defense. It puts the corners out there on an island. It can be very dangerous with number 11 running deep routes. If the weather allows it, I think they would look to make big plays with him. Pirine, their running back, their physical guy, is back healthy now, so you get a steady dose of him. Joe Mixon's an NFL running back, running and catching the ball. Mayfield's having a monster year, 4th in the Heisman a year ago. Much better stats this year playing quarterback. Their skill is really imposing, and Oklahoma comes in expecting to score 40 a game, and that's about what they're getting.
Oklahoma expects to have a better defense than it probably has had so far this season. Give up a lot of yards in the passing game, but Dana Holgorsen will say, hey, all that matters are the points on the board and then the win-loss column. What have you seen this year that teams have been able to take advantage of and been able to run up the score, even if ultimately it isn't a losing effort?
Yeah, give up big plays. So they've changed their defense a little bit, I think, since mid-season. When they played Texas, they were giving up monster play after monster play. They got more conservative. Interesting, because West Virginia's offense is far more conservative than it has been in years past. As you know, they're lacking those big, explosive chunk plays that fans are used to seeing. So it's been a more patient approach. As much as he hates to rip whatever hair is left out, Holgorsen's having to call it differently. They're having to play a different kind of offense. And Oklahoma is actually making you play that way more than they have in the past. They're not quite as risky. So I think it could be some grinding long drives, avoid mistakes, and then execute in the red zone. That's another thing that's causing Dana to rip whatever hair is left out is trying to get touchdowns down there. I mean, don't you think the game comes down a lot to that? You've been down there a lot of field goals. To me, as a broadcaster, we always hope for a close game. We hope to have it decided by a few plays down there in the red zone, and maybe it will be.
We hope that in this game you have an opportunity to bring up Dana Holgorsen's hair in your broadcast, and hopefully it's because it's all there in the same place that it was at the game's start. Have fun tonight.
How many Red Bulls? He told me he drinks like 6 in a game, and to me it's like a split personality. He just told me a minute ago he thinks he's exactly the same on game day as he is the other 6 days. That's impossible. You could not act like that Sunday through Friday and be alive as a human being. I mean, he's fun to watch. I'm sure the cameras will get some of that Dana rage, but and Soups can be pretty animated on the sidelines too. So we'll see who's crazier over there.
If nothing else, it should be entertaining. A great one to call. Chris Fowler will be doing those honors tonight at 8 o'clock on ABC. Stay with us. A lot more coming up right here on Mountaineer GameDay.